Namaste children. Welcome back in SSC class. Children, today we are going to start a new lesson in history and the name of the lesson is the Mughal Empire. So children, in this lesson we are going to learn the different Mughal emperors, namely Babur 1526 to 30 CE, then Humayun 1530 to 40 CE, and again 1555 to 56 CE. Then comes Akbar 1556 to 1605 CE. Then again comes Jahangir 1605 to 1627 CE. Then after Shah Jahan 1628 to 1658 CE, and then comes Aurangzeb up to 1658 to 1707 CE. So about all these Mughal emperors we will read in this chapter. Children, Babur attacked India in early 16th century. At that time, India was an easy prey for any invader because it was divided into a number of small states. These small kingdoms were incapable of standing up to any foreign aggression, and Delhi has lost its glory under Ibrahim Lodi. Do you remember Ibrahim Lodi? Yes, the son of Sikandar Lodi of Lodi dynasty. So this Ibrahim Lodi, he just strengthen the power of its military, he used to replace the old officers by the young officers, and the result was at that time many of the old officers are unsatisfied, and in which Daulat Khan was also one of them, who was at that time who was the governor of Punjab, and it was Daulat Khan who invited Babur to attack India. So at the time of Ibrahim Lodi, Delhi has lost its glory. These personal officials opposed him and invited Babur to invade India. So the name of that officer who invited Babur to India was Daulat Khan, who was at that time the governor of Punjab. The situation in Punjab, Gujarat, Bengal, Malwa, Rajputana, Kashmir, etc. was also quite bad. There was widespread lawlessness and disorder. So that it was the condition of 16th century in India. The local rulers were unpopular among masses. At that time, Babur led the foundation of the Mughal Empire in India. He was succeeded by his son Humayun, but it was Humayun's son Akbar the Great who gained name and fame in the Mughal Empire. Let's study about the Mughal Empire in details. Babur the Great. Babur was the founder of Mughal empirism in India. Babur ruled up to 1526 to 1530 CE. Let's know in details about Babur. The full name of Babur was Zahiruddin Muhammad. He was commonly known as Babur, means tiger. He was a great grandson of Timur and a descendant of Turkish ruler Genghis Khan, who had invaded India several times. So like other rulers of Ghazni, this Genghis Khan also invaded India several times. Now comes the military quality of Babur. Babur was a brave soldier, an experienced general, a skilled horse rider. So at that time in the battlefield, a skilled horse rider was also required, and Babur is having the quality that he was a skilled horse rider. He was a sure shooter also and a skilled swordsman also. After becoming the ruler of Kabul, he conquered Ghazni of Mahmud Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori, that Ghazni and Samarkand. But his failure to bring Samarkand permanently under his control made him give up his ambition of expanding his empire in Central Asia. Then Babur decided to head towards India because Babur was very much attracted by the fabulous wealth of India. Before Babur, many emperors also attracted by the fabulous wealth of India, like Mahmud Ghazni of Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori also. Babur became the ruler of Hindustan by defeating the army of Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat in 1526 CE. So this Ibrahim Lodi, who was the son of Sikandar Lodi of Lodi dynasty, who replaced his old military officers by new officers, and result was that many of the old officers were not satisfied, and among them Daulat Khan was there, who was the governor of Punjab at that time, and he was that man who invited Babur to attack India, and in this way the battle of Panipat was fought between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur, and the result was Babur gained the victory in 1526 CE, and in this way he ended the power of Afghans and boosted his economic security and influence. Then this Babur used to distribute all his wealth generously, and the reason behind that, he want to buy the confidence of the public at that time. That's why he used to distribute all the wealth and Afghan chiefs who had opposed to him. In order to have complete control over North India, Babur had to defeat the Rajputs as well, because in North India there were Rajputs like Maharana Pratap, Rana Sanga and Rana Kumbha. So those were the main Rajput rulers, and Babur decided to defeat them. That's why he attacked on the Rajputs also, and the two sides met at the first battle of Khanwa, where Rana Sanga was defeated. This defeat ended the power of great warriors, the Rajputs, and Babur was only a great military. He was not only a great military commander but also a learned scholar. The examples are that he wrote Babur Nama and Tuzuke Babri in Turkish. It includes important events related to his own life. Means Babur wrote about his own experience in the Babur Nama or Tuzuke Babri. So these books are written in Turkish, and these are the important information. These books provided important informations about the life events of Babur. Then comes the next emperor of the Mughal Empirism, and the name of this emperor was Humayun. He ruled up to 1530 to 40 CE and 1555 to 1556 CE. Nasruddin Muhammad Humayun, the eldest son of Babur, faced innumerable difficulties to retain the Mughal Empire in India. Babur had gifted separate provinces to his other three sons. It means Babur was having four sons, in which this Humayun was the elder one, and whom he provided the throne. But as a gift, he gifted separate provinces to his other three sons also. The army was a combination of people at that time from different countries and the different language groups. So Humayun had inherited an empty treasury. As we learned before that Babur, when he gained success, he used to distribute all the wealth among the people, and that's why Humayun had inherited an empty treasury. He had to face opposition from his brothers also, then relatives, Afghans, and Rajputs. He multiplied his problems with his own follies. He was addicted to opium also. He lacked military ability. His father has failed to crush the power of Afghans for good. Thus, Humayun was defeated by an Afghan named Sher Shah Suri at Chausa and Kannauj and was forced to leave India and take refuge in Iran in 1540. Do you know, children, about Sher Shah Suri? Sher Shah Suri 1540 to 1545 was an Afghan. He was given the title of Sher Khan by the rulers of Bihar. Gradually, he brought Bihar and Bengal under his control and defeated Humayun at Chausa. He took the title of Sher Shah and established an efficient administration in India under amirs in provinces. He set up a strong army. He ordered land assessment of all cultivated land. He encouraged trade, education, construction of roads, inns, etc. Sher Shah is known for the forerunner of Akbar. So that these are the details of Sher Shah Suri, who was an Afghan ruler. So this Sher Shah Suri defeated Humayun at Chausa and Kannauj, and in this way Humayun was forced to leave India and take refuge in Iran in 1540. After 15 years, Humayun came back again and he defeated Sikandar Suri. Sikandar Suri was the weak successor of Sher Shah Suri and restored the Mughal Empire in India once again. Unfortunately, he died after slipping from the steps of his library building at Delhi. So this is all about Humayun, who died after slipping from the steps of his own library building at Delhi. Let's know about Akbar. Akbar, a well-known name in Indian history. The complete name of Akbar was Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, and he ascended the throne at the age of 14 under the guardianship of Bairam Khan. So Bairam Khan was also very popular in Indian history, in Mughal Empirism also, because he was the guardian of Akbar, who ascended the throne at the age of only 14 years. So the position of Mughals was not very strong in India. Hemu Vikramaditya had defeated the Mughals and captured Agra and Delhi. In the second battle of Panipat, the Mughals under the leadership of Bairam Khan defeated Hemu in 1556 CE. Agra and Delhi were taken back and the capital was set up at Agra. So previously it was settled in Delhi, but this time the new capital set up at Agra. This made Bairam Khan enjoy a position of respect and power. But slowly difference developed between Akbar and Bairam Khan. So in 1560, Bairam Khan was forced to go on a pilgrimage to Mecca. Do you know Mecca? Mecca is a holy place for the Muslims. So that at that time Bairam Khan was forced to go on a pilgrimage to Mecca, but there he was assassinated on the way. Under Akbar, the Mughal Empire stretched from Kashmir in the north to Godavari River in the south, from Afghanistan in the west to Bengal in the east. Akbar also conquered Gondwana, Chittor, Ranthambore, Bihar, Bengal, Kabul, Kashmir, Sindh, Deccan and Gujarat. Now the best thing about the religious policy of Akbar, yes, let's know about that. Akbar set up an Ibadat Khana at Fatehpur Sikri where religious discussions were held on every Friday evening. He started Deen-e-Ilahi, means divine faith, in 1582 by blending the good points of all religions like Hinduism, Christianity, Jainism, and other faiths with Islam. Deen-e-Ilahi was not a religion but a socio-religious path to bridge the difference among different communities. So this is the religious quality of Akbar, that he started Deen-e-Ilahi or divine faith in 1582, and in this religious path the good points of all religions like Hindu, Christian, Jainism and other faiths with Islam, it focused on the good qualities. So Deen-e-Ilahi was not a religion but it was a socio-religious path to bridge the difference among different communities. In 1605, Akbar passed away and he was buried at Sikandra, 6 miles from Agra. Do you know, Sikri was named Fatehpur Sikri, city of victory, after the conquest of Gujarat. In this picture, Sikandra fort is given. Then Sulh-e-Kul or universal peace and harmony was an important part of Deen-e-Ilahi. So Deen-e-Ilahi was a socio-religious path started by Akbar. Now let's have a look on the given map, and this map is Mughal Empire under Akbar. So this is related to the Akbar's provinces in Mughal Empirism. Look at Kabul, Ghazni, Kandahar, then Srinagar, Kashmir, then again here comes to the northern part, then in the western northern part to eastern part, then comes the western part up to Gujarat, and here Gondwana, Golconda, near Godavari river. So these are the places of Mughal Empirism under Akbar's rule. Do you know about Akbar's 9 gems? Yes, in Akbar's court, it was filled with talented men known as 9 gems or Navratna. They were first Birbal. He was known for his statesmanship and wit. So that all of us well know about Birbal, who was a very skilled man. Then comes Abdur Rahim Khana, Abdur Rahim Khan, the son of Bairam Khan. He wrote poetry in Hindi. His dohas are recited in India even today. Then comes the third one, who was Abul Fazl. He was a great scholar and historian. He wrote Akbar Nama and Aine Akbari. Then comes Faizi. He was the brother of Abdul Fazl and he was a great poet and philosopher. He translated the Bhagavad Gita in Persian. So this is a great work done by him, that he translated the Bhagavad Gita in Persian. Then comes the well-known name in music, who was Tansen. He was a singer and musician of exceptional talent. He was world famous for his Rag Deepak. So then comes Raja Todarmal, and he was an efficient administrator. Then comes Raja Man Singh. He was one of the greatest general of Akbar's court. Then comes Hammam, and he was the well-known physician of that period. Then at last comes Mulla Do Pyaza. He was also a great scholar known for his ready wit. So these all are the 9 Ratnas, the Navratnas of Akbar's court. They were also known as Akbar's 9 gems.